The video is my reading at Amity's book launch. I separated the song I sang there from the reading of a passage. Amity's book trailer is shown between the song and the reading. I became a little emotional while reading because of the content.
My chapters are long. I cannot read a chapter here, but I picked a passage from one of the chapters. And because it's not from beginning, you may get confused. So I give a little bit of description about the people who I'm going to read in that passage. Helen is the main character and narrating the whole story. She is a member of an activist group. She's married to Omid and is pregnant. Behruz is a respected intellectual who leads this activist group. He has been arrested. Malahat is Behruz's mother, searching for her son. Omid is another member of the group. He's married to Peyvan and is the father of her child. Shabnam is another member of the group and the most free-spirited of the group members. Kaveh is a close friend of Behruz. They grew up together in Geneva, Switzerland. He's a doctor. Peyvan, the main character, and Ragusa is the other main character. This passage is being told to Ragusa as part of her life. Before that, Behruz has been arrested, and people are just named or at one of the police stations to see if they can find out where he is. We found many families at the police station, showing IDs with names and pictures of their loved ones and begging for answers. I couldn't believe there were so many. We seemed lost in a sea of desperate people. Kaveh had told us that the traitor used Behruz's real name at the arrest. That meant that the authorities knew everything about him. So Malahat used all his legitimate information to ask for him. I pretended to be Malahat's neighbor who was helping her out. And I hoped that maybe my huge belly would gain us some measure of sympathy and respect. I was so wrong. The guards there were rude and uncertain or uncaring goons, and they cursed people at will as counter-revolutionary and against God and Islam. They dismissed everyone as undeserving of anything good for having raised infidels that had never been instructed to live a proper, godly way of life. I felt that sharp pain more and more, but I was afraid to say anything as I noticed that Omid and Shabnam just arrived and anxiously watching us. Malahat literally pleaded with whoever came around for any details about her son, but the effort was too much for her and she suddenly fell. I wanted to help her up, but the soldier pushed us both, ordering us to stay away from the door. I was exhausted and in pain, and I shouted at him, "Watch it, and have some respect for your elders." He yelled back, "I have no respect for her, and if you are here, it is because there is a traitor in your family here. We have no respect for anyone who's against our Islamic revolution." And he kicked me in my belly. I have never experienced pain such as that in all my life, and I fell on my back. Now it was poor Malahat hovering all over me, trying to help me get to my feet. I heard loud noises and a commotion all around me, and I tried to find Omid, knowing he must have seen what had happened. He was in there, fighting with a soldier who had kicked me down. I gathered every ounce of my energy I could find to get up and pull him away. And then I heard a sharp gunshot. There was sudden silence. I looked to see my sweet kind love. Lying on the ground, and I looked to see my sweet kind love lying in the ground. They shot him in the face with one eye completely gone and the other one open and lifeless. I don't remember how I got up, and I don't remember how I got to that soldier with the gun. He was standing over me, smiling proudly. I don't remember, and I was all over him, screaming and scratching. Then I heard another gunshot, and a sudden sharp pain in my back and stomach. Ragusa breathlessly watches Evan with her eyes wide and one fist at her mouth, not daring to say anything. Apparently, after I was transferred to hospital by Shabnam and Malahat, there was a war at the police station. People were outraged at the brutal behavior of these new revolutionary guards, and they attacked them for throwing down an old woman and shooting a pregnant one. The next day's newspaper described the titanic battle between Infidel and the devoted revolutionary guards, but they did not say how many people had been killed or injured. Payman sits up, looking pale and breathless. My love was killed, and so was our child. I was in coma for a week after they removed my uterus and one of the ovaries, and I remained in hospital recovering for about 3 weeks, with Shabnam and Malahat taking turns caring for me day and night. One of my aunts took me home. My husband was already buried, as the authorities would not allow us any ceremony for our loved ones. The room is dark and quiet, and dawn is just breaking. The two broken women lean on another, drawing long, deep breaths as they sit in a daze for some time. As the morning brightens, Hayden regains some strength. I awake from my coma during the second week to a ward without my Omid and our child. Kabel and his wife came to see me, but Kabel looked so thin, and I was surprised he could still walk. He was extremely morose, saying that he could not forgive himself for allowing me to go with Malahat that day. He felt so guilty. I asked him if he knew where Behruz was. His only answer was tear in his eyes, and he left soon after. It was a dark and hopeless day.